What is up, sports fans? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Fry, and I'm the host of the Sports by Fry podcast and YouTube channel. Today, it is Thursday night, about 10:15 p.m. Toronto time, so that would make it 3 hours time difference, about 1:15 in Melbourne. So you will clearly know that footy gets underway in 4 or 5 hours. So J-Lo and I are here talking everything to do with our AFL Fantasy teams. How are you, J-Lo?
Yeah, good man. I'm pretty knackered from
I'm exhausted.
a real long day of work, but good. I'm in a bit of a bind, fantasy-wise. I'm pretty up against the wall. Don't know where to go.
Yeah, very interesting round of trades coming up. A lot of people are considering double downgrades after a couple of rooks were named. I know it's definitely on my radar. I was toying with the idea of upgrading one of my topped-out rookies in my back line, but yeah. Before we get into our trades, how did your team shape up after the teams were revealed? Any big outs?
Last week or right now?
No, right now,
Yeah,
from Thursday's teams.
Nothing major. No one missing. Barry Guthrie emergencies.
Yeah.
Spargo not guaranteed because of the Sunday, but pretty safe.
That'll be right.
Cameron's the only other one missing.
I was thinking about it. We're pretty lucky that we don't actually wake up at 5:30 a.m. That's bullshit, by the way, but because the Friday game usually begins at like 10 to 6 our time in the morning. So by the time we wake up, we've got 15 minutes to see those Sunday teams and make any changes.
Yeah, I definitely don't subscribe to that point of view, mate. We do not have time to make changes. There's no waking up there.
Mate, last week, with about 37 seconds to go, I changed the captain's badge from Tom Mitchell to Maxi Gawn.
Yeah, I know.
And it saved me, it only saved me like 50 points, but still, it was a big 50.
Yeah, you've told me a few times. But,
yeah, look, hey, not a lot's gone right this year, so I'm taking what I can right now. Speaking of not going right, Paddy Dangerfield's still sitting on my side because I chose him over Jack McRae 3 or 4 weeks ago, and since then, Jack McRae's averaged about 150, so
what's Paddy?
Fantastic.
Average, though. What's he average?
In that time?
Yeah.
Like 95.
Serviceable.
Not from Dangerfield, though. You want that 115.
Still, could have been worse.
Could have been Dan Zorko, could have been Zach Merritt.
It's been down here, Al.
Anyway. I think I dodged a bullet team-wise. Obviously, because I'm recording this on my laptop, I'm going through my team on my mobile telephone. I think I've got almost, with the exception of Darcy Cameron and Zach Guthrie, I'll have everyone playing this week. I think Sunday teams at the moment. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for bumping up your fantasy value.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm also, like yourself, a little bit torn as to what to do with the teams. You'll be happy Pendle's got named.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried.
Could have been a big, just annoying thing.
Yeah,
because you had a couple of other moves that kind of not hinged on him being named, but it was important that you had another midfielder.
That's true. Very true.
All right, talk me through your trades. What do you think of doing for round 9?
Well, look, I definitely like the idea of downing a maxed out rookie.
Yep.
So maybe Duday or Chera, even O'Shea's probably getting close, I think. Wouldn't mind getting rid of one of those. Finlayson as well is probably someone who's on the block, and Lukey McDonald is forever on the block by the sounds.
Living on thin ice is Lukey.
Yeah, so I was thinking perhaps bringing Phillips. Had a great debut last week, 86, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Something close to that, which is pretty nice. So he's bound to make a whole lot of money this week.
Yeah, actually, I'll get his break even up while you keep talking.
So I'm looking to get him in, but I'm also pretty keen to perhaps move McDonald for even splash out for 5. I would leave myself with not much money.
So you got McDonald in your mids at the moment?
I can flick him.
Okay.
I can flick him there for Finlayson. Finlayson is also, I'm thinking, if I get him and perhaps Kelly or even get rid of McDonald, I can maybe grab Zorko. That was the other possibility.
Yeah, you've been talking about Zorko all week. Ed Phillips, negative 13 break even, by the way, for those playing along at home.
A ton of money. The other thing I'm always thinking of is Goldstein out for someone. I think Ruckman have a ton of value at the moment.
So you've got Steph as your other ruckman now, right?
He's my key ruckman now, which is a nice pillar to have. But I would love 2 of those blokes to lean on each week. Yeah,
I went on the Sauce Jacobs train to start the year, and Maxi Gawn. So they're both still sitting there. I have a hunch. This is, like I said, it's still only mid-afternoon Melbourne time. I'm pretty sure the game with the Crows tonight is in Adelaide, but still, regardless, I'll know if he's in the team or not before lockout, and that's really going to impact my trades because if he is named, I'm playing him. If he's not, I'm probably going to trade him for Matty Cruiser. Yep. With Gawn as my other ruckman, it doesn't make a lot of sense to get Brody Grundy or Steph because then both my ruckmen will have around 13 buys. So it's time to honestly start thinking a little bit about buys.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do anything dramatic or change a lot, but I'm a big preacher of planning for your buys early. We get 3 trades a week, so there's plenty of flexibility to change and make any changes you need to, but it's always good to have the perfect or close to perfect structure as you hit those buy rounds because that can honestly make or break your season. Yeah,
for sure. It's something that's always been in the back of my mind. I'm pretty evenly spread at the moment. I'm not too heavy on any West Coast or who else is playing that week? Dogs, I think. Carlton.
And Hawks.
And the Hawks. I'm not too heavy on any of those guys, especially now Nick Knapp's gone, Liam Ryan's gone. I actually had tons of Eagles at the start. But
now I think about it, I
fallen to the wayside.
I had Venables, Rioli and Liam Ryan to start the year.
Jeez, that's rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
and now I still got Willie.
You still made money off Ryan as well.
Yeah, I did. You're right. Can't be too depressed.
He was fine. He would have been so great. Anyway, I digress. I'm pretty well spread for the buy, so...
I'm starting to look all right. I'm about $6,000 short of going due day to Elliot this week.
Okay.
Elliot Yeo is going to come in for me sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I've been tossing up between...
Even after his buy in a bit?
Maybe, yeah. But defense is just really lacking points-wise at the moment. Like, it's been fine.
Yeah.
But, Jakey Lloyd hasn't been great. Liam Ryan's my D3. Luke Ryan, from the Dockers.
Out, obviously.
And they're fine, but, it's killing me a bit. And I was tossing up between him and Cade Simpson. And I think that Elliot Yeo, A, plays more midfield time, which could mean that he gets mid-status, which would be a dream, but also B, has a higher ceiling. He's capable of going 140 any given week. So he's on my radar. I think at the moment, let me just double check, my current trades, I'm trading out Banfield and Dom Barry. Okay. So both my emergencies are my M7 and M8. And I'm bringing in Ed Phillips and Dylan Clark, the bomber who's on debut.
Yep.
Mid forward, 170k.
See the backman who's on debut? There's also a backman as well.
There's a handful of them. I think Bailey Rice is on debut. I'm pretty sure that's his name, from St Kilda.
Okay.
Who's also 170k. After going to teams, listening to the Traders podcast, which is a must subscribe along with this one. And reading a couple of other pieces, there's a lot of the guys that are being named that you're like, maybe wait on, see for a week or two. But everyone's like, this Dylan Clark cat is legit. He's
So you're
mid forward.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I don't actually, funnily enough, don't have a link in my midfields to my forward line yet. So if I can bring him in, then I can get a little bit sneaky next week when I get Robbie Gray facing his buy. So I think at the moment I'm doing a double down, which will pocket me about 300 grand. Like I said, if Sauce is out, that changes things. And unfortunately, I'm a little bit agonisingly short of going due day to Yo. So at the moment, I'm double downing and pocketing a bit of dough. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I do want to upgrade one this week. Like
it is a bit annoying.
It's time to make the move. Especially, I know the buy is coming up and it's a long season, but I don't want to hover around the mark I'm at for too much longer.
No.
So I think I'll probably move for Zorko or someone of the likes. I do need to pick up this backline sooner rather than later. I'm interested to see what you think on Sam Murray for Collingwood.
Hold him probably
you think it's a hold?
Up until his buy, and maybe even through his buy.
I'm just not sure. Like, where's he hovering break even wise? Is he about at it?
He'd be close, but out of the 3... So most people would have Murray, Duday and Finlayson, or if they don't have all 3, they'd probably have at least 2.
Yeah.
And I think out of the 3, Sam Murray is by far the bloke that you want to be keeping. Okay. His break-even's 55, had 75 on the weekend. He just seems to still produce. St Kilda he's owned by 62% of the comp. That's
Where's
crazy.
Duday sitting as a break?
Duday and Finlayson. Both their break even is pretty much their average, which is bang on 60. 60, 68 is the break even for Finlayson, and 70 is the break even for Duday. So pretty much bang on their averages. Sam Murray's worth a little bit more as well.
Sure.
And with a lower break even.
Which is why I asked, because I sort of think I could perhaps move him for a premium.
Look, if you...
That might get me there, but it wouldn't probably
This is a popular question, and I think another player that this really applies to, that someone asked on one of my... on my Dream Team Talk article, Fry's Forgotten Few, which goes out every Thursday in Australia. Obviously. If you want to get rid of like one of those dudes, like Sam Murray or Tim Kelly, or maybe even Fritsch, who's been balling lately, if it gets you to like Rocky, Zorko, Simpson, Yo, like someone like that, you just do it, because those guys are clearly going to score better. It would be ideal if you could trade out a dude who's bang at his topped out price and like it fits your buy structure and everything. But at the end of the day, like I have done with the last 2 weeks, I've just got McLean and I've got Robbie Gray because I was able to. And this week, because I can't reach and get those type of guys like Yo, who I've talked about, I think I'm just going to try and pocket some coins.
Yeah.
So
I guess the issue for me with that is that I can just reach, but it would be like a real reach. It's not, like, so I would sort of have very little money left.
If it empties your bank and it leaves you in a bit of a dire position,
that's why
you might not be able to field someone else, then obviously those are the areas you patch up. But if you've got that luxury trade, this is probably important over the buys as well.
Yeah.
But during the buys, everyone will probably be trading out Kelly and Murray. But yeah, it's just something to think about. If you're there and you need to get to there and it's going to cost you 50 grand and you're going to get a premium, you just lock it in. You just do it.
Sure.
So yeah, I think I'm double downing this week. You're going to...
I'll probably go one up, one down. I'm not 100% yet. I'll still have to lock it in.
You've got to lock it in very quickly, because being 10:23 at night, we know you're not waking up before 50 bounce down.
It says I got 7 hours, mate. So 7 hours, 26 minutes. So
that's all the time you need.
Yeah, I'll be laughing.
Sunday, plan on doing our sit down again.
Yep.
Call me crazy, but I think each episode's getting better and better. So subscribe now, and then it's only a what's the word for on the graph when it's doing that? Exponential?
That's a sort of increasingly upward though. We would need to be accelerating.
I'm really bad at physics and maths and graphs, so I'm going to stop talking about that and continue to talk about AFL Fantasy. I think this is the week, if you're thinking about it, double downgrading. There's a couple of rookies around. Isaac Cumming, who made his debut for the Giants last week, solid defence option. I wouldn't want to field him in a perfect world, but you could put him on your bench. As I mentioned, there's a few other guys coming through, but Clark and Phillips are probably a pick that I'd be trading in. You were considering getting Rocky for a while, weren't you?
Yep, but I'm just going to wait the 2 weeks for his bye.
I think so. I think we have to. Everything else lines up perfectly. Great matchup, low break even, bottomed out in price, but that bye next week is just can't do it.
Just not worth it.
Don't put, especially if you own Robbie Gray, just don't put yourself through that trauma like I do. So you got Gray?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not worth it. And worst case scenario, Rocky goes huge again, and then he's going to be, I don't know, maybe 40 grand dearer, but it's not like he's going to be 700 grand. He's still going to be under 600k, which is ridiculous
not
to say.
the end of the world.
Any closing thoughts?
No, just that both of our voices just going downhill.
It's
we just
sounding a bit strained, aren't they? Yeah. I'm looking forward to when the right person finds this video and turns us into millionaires, and then we can just do this for free, or for paid, essentially.
Don't hold your breath, mate.
That won't be. Right. Good luck for round 9, everyone. Stay tuned, Sports by Fry. More pieces coming out this weekend. Some exciting stuff. Did do an AFL article tomorrow. Did the AFL coaches hot seat yesterday. Go Cavs. We're down 0-2. Don't have my hopes high on us making the NBA finals, but hey,
at least the Rockets Warriors is looking a little more.
Absolutely, it'll be a good series. I still think both series are going to go to 6 or 7.
I hope so. I really do hope so.
See what happens.
Right on.
Till next time, peace.